I could not sit still. So I'm always rocking. So if I'm sitting down, I'm always shaking my foot. You would see me shaking my head. To sleep in the night, I have to be rocking, literally rocking like lying down. My hand is like this and I'm literally hitting my head on my hand. That is literally how I was as a child. And you know what my parents would say? That I was suffering from nerves. While they say you eat too much sugar, right? So you'll find that there were times when I would actually get licks because I could not sit still. Because again, they would tell me as a child, just stop. And in their minds, they were telling themselves that it's so easy to stop. But they didn't understand how difficult it was for me as a child, not being able to stop. So they say stop. It was easy for them to say that because they not understanding what I am experiencing as a child. So me as a child in this situation, only I could understand. So one of the reasons why it is now as an adult that I speak on these issues is because I tell myself that I want to be the unspoken voice for children that would have been or may be in the same situation as me, to speak up on situations that they themselves may not even understand what they are going through. And one of the important things for parents to take note is that you must have patience and understanding when dealing with your children. Now, children with ADHD also suffer with something called emotional dysregulation. That is where sometimes your emotions will be more intense than a regular person. So you find that you may deal with a child and you talk to the child and then the child is going in a rage and he starts to get angry and start to pelt stuff and throw it down, and you might tell yourself that the child being disrespectful, not understanding that because of the intensity of the emotions that they are experiencing at the point in time, they don't even have control and they don't even understand what they are going through. So a lot of the times you find that parents penalize their children without really and truly understanding exactly what their child is dealing with mentally. And that is why I tell a lot of parents, there are a lot of undiagnosed children walking around. And another thing is that parents, more than likely, if a child has ADHD, more than likely, either one or both parents has the condition as well. So what you find happening is that we have undiagnosed parents with these issues walking around who have children with the same condition. And again, you would find that a parent might be getting angry at a child because the child doing certain things and they're getting upset, short-tempered, not realizing that they themselves are suffering from emotional dysregulation because more than likely they may have the same condition that has been undiagnosed for their entire life. And as I said before, I was only diagnosed with this condition last year. And again, studying, I would get licks for studying. My brain would literally shut down. I remember when I was going to primary school in about a class of 31 children, I used to come in the top 5 for like about 3 terms straight. And my granddad used to be like, "You're not good enough, you need to do better, you need to do better." But in my mind, it was so difficult to even maintain that high grade because I already have problems focusing. So imagine the amount of focus it takes for me to maintain coming in the top 5 in class. And you telling me that this is not good enough. So it was difficult for me to the point that my brain shut down. Because it's like, what's the point of going through all this? And again, because our parents don't understand what the child is going through, they tend to come down and be very tough on a child. So I always talk to parents and let them know, if it is you notice certain behavioral traits in your child, take your child to be diagnosed. A lot of persons, when they hear mental health, they think it's negative and they don't want to check because they say persons will laugh at them. I have ADHD, I have my subjects, I did introduction to psychology. I have so many things under my belt. Having these conditions doesn't necessarily mean that you're not intelligent. It just means that the way your brain processes things is different from a regular child.